Arne, so good for so much of this season. So how do you explain today?
Great game from Plymouth. Good game plan. They deserve all the credits for their performance today. And we were not having a very good day. Yeah, and then a result like this is the outcome.
You talked about the game. First of all, the priority to fight, to earn the right to play to a degree. And was that where the problems were at times too?
No, I don't think I can say the boys didn't fight, because it was a fight for 100 minutes, something like that. I think both teams hardly created any chance, and then the game is decided by a penalty that was awarded correctly, because he had his arms above his head. But yeah, in a game like this, where two teams hardly have any chance, hardly aren't able to find any openings, it's up to one moment, and that moment was for them. And like I said, they deserved it because they played a really good game.
For all the changes you made, a lot of very experienced players at home, should you have done better? Should you have been better creatively?
With the players that were here today, I think they're able to do better. But again, it's a system, it's a way of playing, it's a playing style where it's quite hard to create your chances against. That's what we saw today, and I wasn't completely surprised, because in the lead up to this game, yeah, you know, a lot of long balls, second balls. So, and if we had the ball, they were really aggressive, as expected. So it's not always easy then to create your chances, especially if a team has not played with each other so many times. But we expected them, of course, to play a better game than this. But again, we have to give credits to Plymouth as well.
Will it hurt those players today? Obviously, it will hurt, won't it, going out today in the way that they have?
I think it hurts everyone that's involved in Liverpool, fans, me, players. We were all wanting to be in this competition for as long as possible, and if you go out in the first possible game, that's a setback.
And what has to be the reaction?
Actually, what I've seen today as well, but and what I've seen this whole season, also today they kept on fighting till the last second. Maybe the only chances we created were in the last 10 to 15 minutes. So it wasn't a work rate problem. They just worked really hard, but they couldn't find openings, they couldn't find chances. And yeah, we just have to keep doing the work rate the same, but have to be a bit more creative in the upcoming games.
Thank you, Arne.
And accepts it was a penalty. Robbie, I'm going to answer my own question here. No worries about Wednesday night in the Merseyside derby for a hangover, is there? All the big boys will be back.
Well, for a start, he can't afford it, can he? So, yeah, I don't think there will be. We know it's going to be a lot of change. And in a silly sort of way, it's probably done them a favour, because, you know, you can't take anything for granted. You know that you've got to go out there, you've got to work, you've got to sort of make your own chances, you've got to create your own, you know, your own winnings as...
Your own style, whatever it takes.
Of course, and it was tough today for Liverpool. But I mean, what I will say, the beauty, I mean, we love the FA Cup, but the beauty of this is, I mean, Miron Muslic has just showed that you can win anyway.
Last word, Plymouth, well done them. A day to remember, isn't it?
Oh, it was a shock of the weekend for us, wasn't it? So credit to them. I think Arne Slot even said that they deserved it today. So on to the next one for them.
On to the next one. And for us, thank you very much.
This place is bouncing.
Yeah, what an atmosphere. I say we didn't expect that this morning. We knew it was going to be tough, but the boys were brilliant today. Thank God for every single one of them. So
don't be too modest. What about that save from Jota?
Yeah, no, look, at the end of the day, that's my job, innit? Got to keep the ball in the net best I can, so I'm delighted with that, yeah.
And tell us about this guy as well, player of the match.
What a performance. He's been instrumental since he's come into our squad. He's made such a massive difference, and we're lucky to have him.
Nicola, I think, how many now? 2-3 games as a Plymouth player, and you've just beaten Liverpool.
I fucking love it, I fucking love it. That's why I came here. I recognize from the first day with the new coach, energy and everything. So it's a beautiful day from everyone here, but it's just a start from us, and it's good to gain the confidence on this, but we have a hell of a job to work on in the future.
What was the key today to keeping Liverpool out?
Defensive structure. Everyone gave 120%. We respect what the coach asked from us, what we practiced this week, and yeah, that's it.
And what can you say about this guy? Couple of saves.
Yeah, first when I came, I hate him because he's a Celtic guy, and I'm a big Rangers guy, but at the moment we are good, and I like to play with him, and he gave us this win today.
Well done, guys. Fantastic performance.
Cheers, thank you.
Sorry about the industrial language. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, the excitement, it all gets a little bit too much. Let's have a look at the penalty decision and the penalty that was scored that ultimately decided the game. No VAR here. The referee, Sam Barrett, on the spot. And we all know if you put your hands above your head, Karen, the chances are a penalty is going to be given against.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was any doubt from any of us here, and you don't need that VAR for that decision. The referee was in a good position, as you can see from there, and straight away gave it, and then you could hear it in the ground, the anxiety then in the Liverpool players, and Ryan Hardy, the man you wanted to step up, scored 2 against West Brom last week, and this is his 3rd now in a week, so brilliant finish from him.
Penalty all day long, Robbie, isn't it?
I don't think there's any complaints. We knew. I mean, from a Liverpool point of view, I was hoping it was outside the box.
Yes.
But then we see it, and it was clear as cut. It was clear.
How did you feel that Liverpool responded to going a goal behind?
Not great, if I'm being honest. I think the response, probably the last 5 minutes of the 90 and then the 9 minutes, we seen the Liverpool that we probably wanted to see early in the game, where the intensity was better, they were moving the ball a bit quicker, and they were getting the ball into the box. That was missing for 85 minutes. And you're coming into an atmosphere like this, and it was intimidating. Liverpool players are used to playing in intimidating atmospheres. That's not a problem for them. But the intensity at which they moved the ball early in the game, up until 85, I mean, it was very un-Liverpool. I mean, we give them so much praise for the midweek game and how good they were. It was polar opposite tonight. Yeah,
it really was. They had 1 shot on target up until the 70th minute. And really, we noticed it, didn't we? The last 5-10 minutes, Chiesa on the left-hand side, clipping those balls in, trying to make something happen. And you are standing there going, why has it taken so long for you to find that impetus and that energy?
Well, Chiesa, I thought, to be honest, I thought it was poor. I mean, all Liverpool fans, and after his injuries and stuff, you probably wanted him to do well, but way off the boil today, not good enough. And the last 10 minutes was because Arne went go long.
Yeah.
Put Konza up front,
yeah.
put obviously Nunes on, and just went go long. I'm not going to play it, I'll just put it in the box. And that was where their chances came from. But I have to say, I am disappointed from Liverpool. The spine of the team, it shows that when you take out the senior players, they're not the same. Even though the front players you expect to have had better from them because they're still quality players. But I think today it's all about, the shock and how good Plymouth were, and they deserved it today.
And as you said, when Liverpool went long, well, actually, the Plymouth defence said that's absolutely fine because this is what we love. Katic, Maxi, Poulsen, the substitute when he came on. You can go long and head it away. Yes, the right wing-back, Lano, headed away all day long.
I mean, it sort of fell into their hands, and their game plan. Obviously, the manager, Musley, talked about that before the game. They had a game plan. You knew what they were going to do. Defensively, they were rock solid. The 3 centre-halves were brilliant. They threw themselves in front of everything. They never let anything get past them. And that just shows you. So we know they've struggled. We know they've conceded lots of goals. But since these players have come in, straight away they look like they have an organisation. They look like they've been playing for a long time, and that is so valuable in and forget the FA Cup now, but it's so valuable in their fight to stay in obviously the Championship.
But it only works if your wing backs do their bit, and Sorinola particularly last 10 minutes really did his. They all work together as a unit.
That sums it up, doesn't it? It really does.
I mean, he was brilliant, money. And look, we talked about the centre halves and how good they were, but I mean, he should get a lot of plaudits because I thought he was very, very good as well.
Absolutely fab, and you can just feel it today. I mean, it must be exhausting to play that way from Plymouth's point of view for 46 games in the season. But in a one-off like that, when you set yourselves up and you have the crowd behind you, it just shows what's possible, doesn't it?
It was rocking in here. Look, there's the celebrations afterwards. The manager's joining us now.
The manager's going. Well, I really hoped he would. The manager's coming to join us live here on ITV. Miran Muslic. We talked to him before the game.
Well done, pal.
And he's back with us.
Well done.
And congratulations. How about that then?
Oh, speechless. And normally they told me I'm eloquent.
Yeah.
So it's a big moment for us. It's a big day. And another chapter in Argyle's history. Showing this performance, showing this, we spoke about is the desire to defend, the joy to defend. It's Liverpool. They will be on you. I think the lads did it fantastic.
And there was a clarity about your message. I think there is a clarity about your message every game now, isn't there, about how you want to play, and by playing that way, what you can achieve as a club. Would that be fair?
I think that's a fair comment, because I said also that at my first day here at Argyle, it's about clarity and structure. It's not about turning things around quickly, it just can get a mess. And I wanted to structure this team together with the staff, to organize this team, to fill this organization with intensity. And you are just competitive and you can be, hard to beat. And we showed this also this afternoon.
You said you got goosebumps watching the Brentford match when you hadn't actually officially taken over. So what were the goosebumps like at the final whistle then here?
A big moment. And I think I will realize this a little bit when I'm just, leaving Argyle, leaving here the stadium, coming to my apartment. Then I have a moment to breathe, a moment to realize. And it's the game we love. And those moments sometimes we as coaches just miss. And I want also to enjoy.
I was just going to ask you, we mentioned before the game, your team before this had conceded 63 goals. Your goalkeeper, your centre-backs, how they were unbelievable. What did you say to them? How did you...
But first of all, we structure them better. We just get them more connected, more tight, and then it's easier to defend if we have gaps in between the wing-backs, the full-backs, the centre-backs, the centre-mids. It's easier for the opponent to break through. So we structured them, and then we just filled it with intensity, with the desire and with heart. And if you see then some clearances from Katic, from Maxime, from Julio, the save in the end also from Connor. Yeah, you need this, and in the end you need also a little bit of luck to get out of this, and we had everything this afternoon.
Miro, well done, great result. Just from my point of view, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I expect Liverpool to go out and win the game today. Not as easy as probably what a lot of other people would have thought. But to a man, your team is brilliant. You brought the togetherness there. Is that your ethos and your belief in terms of how you should play? I know it's the FA Cup now, but do you believe that belief will take them into the Championship and try and move up that table?
100%. I'm convinced if you can structure a team, if you can organize a team, and if you feel this with passion, you are almost there. And you are competitive, and this is what we need also, just to be competitive so we can collect points. It's a magical day for us, no doubt. I told those of the lads in the locker room, enjoy it. We are now part of Argyle history, but don't forget, we have to go again on Wednesday, and we will.
Brilliant.
Miro, can I just ask you, you spoke very movingly before kick-off about what football meant to you as a little boy and your family and how it made you feel part of everybody else. What will this win do? Obviously for the club, but the community. Looking around the ground here, old, young, whatever they were, everybody's so invested in the last 10, 15 minutes. The nerves were extraordinary. What do you hope it will do, not just for a football club, but for the community, the area, this sort of result?
I think it's a big day for all of us, and somehow I feel that we deserve also this day. Don't get me wrong, if you can manage to beat Liverpool, you need luck in the end, and we had this, and this is also part of the game. It means a lot to us, and this togetherness we showed off on the pitch, we have it also here at the home park, and this togetherness will be just something very, very important to change all this, to challenge all these obstacles in front of us, and the next one is already waiting, Millwall, but I think we are ready.
Absolutely. One final question. I have to ask you this. It's in a contract always to ask you this. Who do you want in the next round?
Oh.
I mean, you played Liverpool. Who would you really like?
I don't care.
Anyone.
Anyone.
Manchester United here?
They are more than welcome here.
And they know what sort of game they'd have. Thank you. Been great to talk to you today. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, it's a huge one for football fans. Isn't it an upset? But it's only the fourth time the Premier League leaders have actually gone out to lower league opposition in history. How damaging could it be to Liverpool's momentum?
No, I don't think it can be damaging. I don't think it can be damaging because it's not the starting 11 that play week in, week out. But listen, as a football club, you want to try and go as far as you can in cup competitions. I think it's more damaging for the group of players that don't play regular because it's the cup competitions that you're looking to get regular game time in yet. So I still think Liverpool go and win the Premier League, and I still think they'll win another trophy, whether that be the Carabao Cup or the Champions League. I still think they're the best team around in Europe at the moment. But yeah, it's a bit of a huge blow. But as I said, can't dwell on it too much. You've got to just move on to a big game on Wednesday.
Yeah, big game at Goodison Park, the Merseyside derby, rearranged, of course, because of the storms earlier in the year. Do we learn more about Liverpool now, though, after this? Because there hasn't been any real adversity, has there, this season?
No, there's only been when they lost to Forest, and then they bounced back, went on a great run, and everyone was thinking, when you lose to Forest at home, are you going to be the same team? They responded after that. So it's how they respond here against Everton on Wednesday night, and I'm sure they will respond, because as I said, he'll probably make 10 or if not 11 changes for the team that started today, and it'll be a whole different team with their best 11. So they will respond, and as I said, it's just a little blip in the road. No one ain't pressing the panic button at Liverpool for getting knocked out by Plymouth. All you say is congratulations to Plymouth. You've still got 3 cups to go and win, and they'll probably win 2 of them.
Has Slot learned some not good stuff about some of his squad players today?
Yeah, maybe, but I think he knows a lot. Players can have bad days, and team can have bad days. And I think Liverpool had a bad day, and a lot of the players had a bad day. I can't really pick out one player who had a good day. And they had some top players, especially in that front three area. They were really they were exciting players. They just didn't deliver. But sometimes you have to give credit to Plymouth. Plymouth defended literally on their 6-yard box and headed and cleared everything. It's hard if you don't move the ball quick enough. And Liverpool didn't move it quick enough. And they didn't have that one player that could unlock that defence.
Did it illustrate the importance of that midfield three that we see for Liverpool, or I guess the starting midfield, whichever three he selects? Yeah,
you could say that, but there was 2 youngsters, so you can't have a go at Nyoni and McConnell that played in there. They're 2 youngsters that are being given opportunity. They don't have the experience of the Sloboslai, Gravenberch and McAllister or Curtis Jones. So you have to give the youngsters a chance in these competitions, because when are you going to give them a chance? You're not going to give them a chance in the Premier League or the Champions League. So give them the opportunity. But I don't just think it was that. I just think going forward in the attacking third, they didn't have enough creativity. Usually they have the likes of the Salahs and the gap posts, but they didn't play. It's just one of those games. It's a frustrating... Liverpool fans will be frustrated, but I think it's all about Plymouth, and you have to give them full credit. Being an ex-Exeter man, praising Plymouth, who gave me stick, but you have to, because they were outstanding.
They were outstanding. What could it do for their season? We're not suggesting they're going to go and win the FA Cup, but in terms of Championship survival, 4 points from safety, can this be a huge boost for them?
Yeah, no, they won't win the FA Cup. I'm suggesting they won't win it. And the Plymouth fans know they won't win it, but let them enjoy their moment. But it's a big boost. I think you keep a clean sheet against a very good Liverpool team going into the Championship, where the teams are not as good as these Liverpool teams. It should give you confidence, especially at home park. I think home park's a hard place to go and play football. The fans get behind you. They got behind them today. They're going to need that from now to the end of the season. But let them enjoy their moment, and then they got big games in the midweek Championship, and that's their bread and butter. It's trying to stay in the Championship. But as I said, full credit to everyone at Plymouth Connected. Thoroughly deserved it.
What about the penalty? No doubts about that?
It's a penalty. Giarbi tries to flick it over, and Harvey Elliott's got not one hand, but 2 hands up. And he complains, he says it, but you can't do that. That's the letter of the law. The referee makes the right decision.
It's like when they charge the kickers.
Yeah,
in rugby,
you know,
you
charge it like that, and your hands are there. I think he forgot. So, listen, them things can happen, and there's no blame on Harvey Elliott. He's a fantastic young player. But Ryan Hardy stepped up and tucked the penalty away. It was brilliant. I think everyone's a hero, but in particular, Hardy for the penalty, and Hazard making 2 big saves at the end. I thought he was brilliant. Argued with his captain at times because the emotions were running high, but credit where credit's due at the end. Big performance.
5th round draw tomorrow night. What do Plymouth want, do you think, in that? What would be the dream scenario?
Probably another home tie against one of the big boys, or maybe going away, because it gets money for the football club. But I think another a home tie against one of the big teams that are still left in it, because that's what you want. Get your big team to home park, where you can make it horrible. It's live on the TV, and everyone thinks it's going to be an upset. So that's what the Plymouth fans will be looking for.
It'd be a tough trip, wouldn't it, even for like 2 Manchester clubs, United or City, if they went down there?
Anyway, yeah, it's tough. Well, Liverpool found it tough. Man City will find it tough. Any team can find it tough there. I think in these games, the best thing is to score the first goal. If Liverpool score the first goal, it's a different game of football, because Plymouth don't sit back in their numbers. Plymouth played for this, and they got the result. So huge credit to the manager as well.
So how do you expect Arne Slot to respond then? You're pretty confident that Wednesday night goes well for
Yeah. Listen, it's a hard game, because David Moyes is gone in there and doing a brilliant job. It's a Merseyside derby, the last ever one at Goodison Park. The atmosphere will be outstanding, but that group of players, they've got leaders in there, the Van Dijks, the Mo Salahs, the Alisson. I don't think they'll be disappointed with the result, but it will not affect them come Wednesday.
Final thought, Clinton. It's been a long afternoon. Brilliant to have your company.
Thanks,
Magic of the FA Cup still alive, isn't it? This is going to reverberate in history. It's going to be one of those ones to talk about.
This is what it's about, the FA Cup, for these lower teams. You get drawn against the big teams like Liverpool. They're still on the pitch celebrating like they've won the FA Cup, Plymouth players, but they deserve it, because some you don't get to play against these top quality players week in, week out, and some of them might never do that. So this is what the magic of the FA Cup's all about. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, club recovering well after Wayne Rooney left. Of course, Miran Muslic now in charge. Clinton, been a pleasure to watch the football with you as well.
Yeah, it was a good game, very good game, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think you might be welcoming Plymouth now after extra days after being
I know,
so gracious
can you believe
about them today. Yeah, we'll speak to you soon. Safe home.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Good to have you on Soccer Sunday.